Why isn't there a sugar-free soda?
Seems the older I get.
Wake up! Wake up! Hey, wake up! The sun's frying your butt. Are you okay? Can you hear me? I didn't hear a peep from your room, and it really freaked me out. What are you talking about? Are you still half asleep or something? The Order's dream is over. Even though it's been a day, I still break into a sweat when I think about it. Our trailblazing expedition almost ended in Penacony. I'm so jealous that you got a good night's sleep. I was traumatized and too scared to even close my eyes. A natural beauty like me never has dark circles. The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories. The family's official statement was like, "The Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to..." Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for everyone's waiting for you, so hurry up and pack. We're leaving as soon as you're ready. After all this craziness, it's a massive airship, and it's awesome. I heard it's never shown to the The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit. The Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The family's official. Now all the major Why the sudden interest in that? Well, I was and then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious. Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it. Just a heads up, you're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile. And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that. Don't worry. I've hacked all the systems and left no trace. Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Thank you.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name. Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I heard the Genius Society is here. How about we go?
Well, you know my script isn't over yet.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities. How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens, right?
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you won't... Anyway, Kafka asked me to pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my... She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself. Oh, by the way, Blade didn't explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony.
Got it. He was just worried about me. I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oatcake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure. Or I can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. Or maybe that's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
Welcome, Director Topaz. The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect them to...
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship named the Radiant Feldspar, this conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. The atmosphere here... it doesn't feel serious.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it, this influential figure either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure.
Oh, your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss...
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others. Just tell everyone on our team to stay focused on their tasks and not...
Oh, got it.
Oh, and one more thing. Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious...
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
Just completely face planted. I tripped and fell. Wow. So this is
Oh, free stuff. None of the important figures have arrived yet. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling place. I think I'll take a little walk around. hungry, Numby. Food in the dream. Shouldn't taste bad, right? Numby, catch! Oh, looks delicious, huh? Hard work pays off. Oh, free stuff.
Watch yourselves in front of the IPC. Don't you dare embarrass me.
Hard work pays off. Oh, free stuff. Hard work pays off.
So many buttons. Huh. Didn't.
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay.
For my safety? Are these buttons something?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been, according to those involved, he said something like, just luckily no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collected these buttons.
Where's that prankster? Haven't the hounds caught him yet?
Yeah, that guy has some skills. However, you know, the Bloodhound family won't give up. Whoever disrupts. Anyway, the family will deal with these things.
Greetings, madame. What can I do?
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant?
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. The Radiant Felspar is owned by Mr. Odie.
Oh, so it's owned by old Odie himself. No wonder the ship is so...
Indeed. Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Oh, please allow me to continue my introduction.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. You're real... I apologize.
Following the previous reverberation, thankfully, the fact so, Mr. Alfalfa.
Ah, well, thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye. Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are— I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up? In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena. I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
Ah, it's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored to have the opportunity.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stone Hearts, I need you to be at your best. Especially since, as sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference.
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits.
That's true, and it works in our favor.
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's bound—
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, his action, as long as the influence of harmony hasn't completely permeated their core. Personal desire. It's similar to the power struggles within the IPC.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, old Oti's faction became the dominant force in Penacony.
Yes. That's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarili.
That was based on my—
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family had—
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that— Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony. Aventurine has—
Welcome aboard my Please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant
Hard work pays off.
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa,
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly—
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the strategic investment. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to
the future of Penacony, if I'm—
Precisely. Those few words represent— Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony.
Please, go ahead.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real.
You use the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC, well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, you want to bypass the IPC.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose. This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Thanks to the little reverberation earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated. The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still...
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony, and if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene,
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please,
Indeed. We need some time to digest. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few...
Of course. Take your time.
The Alfalfa family had a meeting with the IPC?
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said, it's not hard to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces cast instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats. Penacony would rather take a step back.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion?
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, if either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream. There you are. Did you rest well?
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep. Ah, she went to negotiate with the family as a representative of the crew. She'll...
After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak...
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already. He'll face a trial. As for further details,
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the sweet dream, significantly eroding their credibility in the While quite different from the truth, this
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep. Well, they'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet. Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of glory of the Trailblaze to all. Yeah, it's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but...
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it's music, atmosphere, maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see, the mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, to the nameless resting in peace, and to Gallagher. Ready to mix your drink? I'm not sure. I haven't seen him since our last meeting at the lounge. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all. I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already fulfilled his wishes. Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? All right, as you wish. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Which... drowning sweetness. One of the most... However, with the right ratios, you get a uniquely sweet drink. Not a bad choice. Let's start. Words always fall short. If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, blend all your memories and emotions together and stir them well. Well, here's to the nameless resting in peace. The spirit of freedom will spread. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return. Cheers. Are you leaving? I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past...
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too. All right, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take, whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony. There's still a long journey ahead, and embark towards our tomorrows.
Old Oti is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going public at such—
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of boldness that still, the outcome is uncertain. Shouting loud doesn't necessarily carry any weight. What about the phone call I asked you to make, Topaz?
Ah, they agreed. But it'll take some time before they arrive.
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be
Looks like we'll be skipping.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple wouldn't make a difference. Well, I guess I included myself in that remark too. Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top-quality asset within the cosmos, with good credit, lucrative potential, and
well, that's obvious. But what I truly wanted to know is, this project is obviously too bland for your taste, isn't it?
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Venturine.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams. That's why I'm willing to stake my Topaz Stone to cover for you.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate. Well, at least he's still alive, and that's the best outcome.
Looks like,
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile...
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar.
Yeah.
Is that all? Hardly worth the bother. There's a good child. Do as you're told. Not exactly eye-catching. Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar, so I'm here. How about you? Have you spoken?
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well, Miss Robin?
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it...
Where do you think the future of the...
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth. Just like the Harmony needs a new direction.
Only by bidding farewell to the past. There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
see you later, Miss Jade.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa.
Figured out something already?
Topaz has something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later. Talks can—
Is it just me, miss? You're
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be— Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has seen—
Interesting. Now that's good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency are my things. So,
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connection now. I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning—
you surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to—
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers— The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in— Care to guess how many ways we have to turn Alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hour?
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable. However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never— After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing.
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
That's the brilliant part of it all. The answer is simple. No one. There are no guarantees. It all hinges on self-awareness and mutual respect. However, you're a smart merchant, old Odie. Isn't the whole purpose of this elaborate game to showcase your business acumen? It benefits us if we both take a step back. And if that's not enough for you, I'm pretty sure that another goal of making Penacony go public— I understand your concern. And I have a solution for that, too.
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. However, as their chosen one—
Go ahead.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient— The Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So, why does the IPC, as a follower—
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency. With each new world integrated into the credit system, the IP— By then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange.
Ah, And then the IPC will be able to exert influence over everything.
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation, so I'm sure you can understand. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
Well said. Now you've convinced me. All right. Tell me your solution. Let's see if we're thinking the same thing.
Then let's continue our conversation. Please, Topaz, invite Sweet Dew to join us at the table. Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express, one of the future shareholders of Penacony.
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as representative of the Astral Express.
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express? It's a pleasure to meet you.
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to...
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, I will represent the Astral Express and fulfill my duty as a member of the board of directors. The entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on one premise. The path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur. Watch yourselves in front of the IPC. Don't...
Old OT is in agreement, so the issue is settled.
They will soon realize the situation. When old Odie answered the last question...
When should we schedule the formal negotiations? I'll handle the arrangements.
It's all up to you. I'll step back and let you handle the negotiations and takeover. I won't be involved.
But Miss Jade, this is...
Aventurine initiated this case, and you were his project partner. If that kid hadn't overplayed his hand, I wouldn't have been pushed to the forefront. I came here today to help you sort out the toughest issue. I trust you'll be able to wrap things up quite nicely, little Yelena.
Of course, there won't be any problems. And please, give Diamond my assurance.
Don't worry. Diamond has always trusted us. I'll put in a good word for you, and you'll have your P-45 position back in no time. Radiant Feldspar. What a fantastic ship. Now that my business is done, it's time for me to indulge in my own little hobby.
Ah, you want to open a Bon and Jade exchange branch on this ship too?
Opportunities like this don't come around often. Just look at the guests on this ship. They're surely holding a wealth of valuable treasures. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have one more question for you.
Go ahead.
That dose of bitter poison. I'm curious as to how...
I didn't find the information. It came to me. It was from a lady concerned with the future of the Harmony. In return, I've agreed to help her with something. But that's for later. We can deal with it after we leave Penacony. You see, that's what investment is all about. The seeds of opportunity are already sown. Like right now, for example. It's just about time my final guest boarded the ship.
Sneaking in was way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever. So, this is the Radiant Feldspar. A pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that? I'll find out for myself if the rumors are true or not.
Right here. Just completely So this is the legendary.
Is that her? Huh. Vanished in the blink of an eye. So the Astral Express is here too.
The Charmony Festival has really been postponed.
What happened? Penacony, IPC's higher-ups are all here.
By the way, there's one more thing. Mr. Alfalfa and I discussed it. I'll present a gift to the Astral Express on behalf of the family. Please help me with the necessary arrangement.
Right away, Miss Robin.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, greetings, miss. Is there anything?
Do you know how to get to the pawn shop?
Pawn shop? Ah, you must be talking about Lady Bonajade's place, right? I've marked the pawn shop's location on your device.
Lady Bonajade. I think I've heard that name somewhere before. Was it from Silverwolf? Come to think of it, she disappeared after mentioning that she was going to meet with the Genius Society. I wonder how things turned out for her.